Tiger Woods was one of Nike's biggest ever sportspersons to sign with the brand, a partnership that lasted over 28 years. I was 11 when he signed that original deal. Nike will be part of many iconic moments permanently etched in the history of the sport. So, what's next for Tiger? It's fair to say that he's still the most popular player in golf, and there are many cases to be made for him being the greatest player the sport has ever witnessed. He can pick any brand he wants. So, let's run through the possible brands that he could sign with, going through some of the largest players, some of the smaller and up-and-coming brands, and even one that I guarantee you've never heard of. And I'll even rate their chances of signing a legend from an absolute no chance to what I think is probably going to happen. So, first of all, Adidas. This would be like a player switching from the Cowboys to the Eagles, or from Arsenal to Spurs. It's probably not that big a deal for Tiger, but it is to the most loyal fans of each brand. So despite Adidas probably being in the position to offer the most lucrative contract, I don't see this one happening. Out of the sheer respect that Tiger likely has for Phil Knight, I'm probably going to rate this one as no chance. Next up, Under Armour. With Jordan Spieth, Under Armour probably have the longest term contract with a golfer when it comes to apparel brands now that Tiger has left Nike. So would they want to double down on their very targeted approach? My gut says on this one, unlikely. Next up is Footjoy. With Tiger already wearing their shoes uncontracted, it wouldn't be a huge surprise if he does actually end up signing up with them for an apparel deal. I can't think of too many big names that are actually currently signed up with the brand. Off the top of my head, there's Will Zalatoris and Max Homa. Now, I'm sure Footjoy wouldn't say no to having one more, and I think Acushnet, who owned Footjoy along with Titleist, has the money in the bank to make this deal happen if they really wanted to try and tempt the GOAT. I think it would be good to see the Tiger Woods brand and the Footjoy brand come together, but I think this one's going to be a maybe at best. Puma, I think they are similar to Under Armour. Their big bet is still on Ricky Fowler when it comes to contracted golfers. They've probably saved a lot of money after moving away from Bryson DeChambeau, but I'm not sure their whole style and design ethos really sits that well with Tiger. So I'm going to put this one down as unlikely. Greyson is an up-and-coming brand you might not have heard of, and with current ambassadors including Justin Thomas, Eric Van Rooyen, Luke Donald, Harry Higgs and Luke List, as well as the former elite NFL wide receiver Larry Fitzgerald, this one seems to be ticking a lot of the boxes. They have a premium quality product with a modern style that's not necessarily too bold, and a brand that's actually trying to create a sense of community amongst its customers. Not to mention, Tiger's son Charlie has recently been spotted wearing Greyson out on the course. There could be something to this one. I think I'm going to score it as a likely. When it comes to golf apparel, I love finding a bargain. So if you're anything like me, then make sure you sign up to my email newsletter. A link is in the description below, as I send out the best online golf deals that I find each month, including deals on GFore. Now, when it comes to GFore, they're a brand I'd like to describe as loud and shouty. They're one that's not afraid to mix traditional styles with bold colours and designs. So I'm going to be putting this one in the no chance in hell category. Lindeberg have got Victor Hovland, who is one of the hottest properties in golf right now. But with an often bold and brash style similar to GFore, I couldn't really imagine Tiger wearing some of the clobber that they put Victor in. I don't think Tiger's personality really matches the brand's golf apparel ethos. So again, this one is a no chance. Now I'm going to throw in a couple of potentials here and group them together because you've got Ralph Lauren and Hugo Boss. Both, I assume, have got plenty of money in the bank, and both are coming with a certain level of prestige, brand recognition and style that I could potentially see Tiger Woods wearing on the course. Do Ralph and Hugo really need a rich middle-aged man to sell their clothing to even more rich middle-aged men? Probably not. But I could still see either of these happening. I'm going to put these in the maybe pile. Castore are a new up-and-coming brand that have got a growing presence and popularity, and they've currently got Matt Fitzpatrick signed up as well. But for me, I don't really see this one happening, so it's going to go in unlikely. Lyle and Scott are a company that come with significant tradition and heritage, and they also have Rick Shields, so they're not adverse to signing up big names in golf. doubt that they can actually afford Tiger, but maybe he'd be willing to take a significant pay cut to wear the traditional brand that seems to be on the up and up at the moment. I'm going to put this one as a maybe. Malbon Golf. Okay, so does Tiger really want to get in with the cool kids? Jason Day's recent move to the young brand has paved the way, but could I see Tiger in the trousers that Day was wearing in Kapalua? Not a chance in hell. Could I see Tiger vibing with a new brand that represents something different? Well, they've certainly got some traditional styles in their catalogue too that I could see Tiger wearing, so maybe. Would Malbon love to have him on their books? You can bet your pimento sandwich they would. So I think this one goes as a maybe. Perhaps Tiger might like my own golf t-shirt designs? Probably not. But if you do, then there's links to buy them down in the description below. Right, Uniqlo. I think this is one that actually maybe has more merit than you might initially realise. Did you know that Nike has previously lost another sporting legend and global superstar to Uniqlo? No, not Adam Scott. It's arguably the GOAT of the tennis world, Roger Federer. And interestingly, a few years after leaving Nike, Federer managed to claim ownership of his own RF logo, potentially paving the way for Tiger to do the same thing with his TW logo. If Tiger wants his next brand deal to slide under the radar when it comes to the branding, this could certainly be an option to go with. And Uniqlo have the experience to pull off such a win. I'm going to put this one down in the maybe pile. Last but not least, the brand that no one has ever heard of, and that's because it doesn't actually exist yet. It's his own brand. Now, if I were a betting man, which my bank account confirms that I absolutely am, I'd wager that this is the most likely option here. I think it will take a little bit of time, but Tiger's estimated net worth is $1.1 billion. So he can easily afford to pay people to design, tailor, manufacture, market, and distribute a clothing line if he so wishes. Probably just with the cash that he finds rattling about at the bottom of his cart bag. You know what? Out of all the options, I think that one is probably the most likely in the long term, so it's going to go down as my favourite option. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you found this video a bit of fun. Let me know what you think Tiger is going to do next. And check out this video right here where I compare Tiger's current Footjoy shoes against some of its competitors in 2024.